Surprise. You're a mom now. Excuse me. Chapter 1. Coffee first, then catastrophe. Marissa Lane did not wake up expecting to become a mother. She woke up expecting coffee. Strong, black, possibly with a donut if she could bribe her willpower into silence. She was 32, happily single, with a cat named Waffles and a job at a marketing agency that paid her enough to justify renting an apartment with a balcony she rarely used. Her most pressing concern that morning was whether she had enough clean socks. At precisely 8:03 a.m., her phone buzzed with an unknown number. Normally, she'd let it slide to voicemail, telemarketers, scammers, or her Aunt Sheila trying to recruit her into essential oils again. But something in her still sleepy brain told her to pick up. "Hello, is this Marissa Lane?" a brisk female voice asked. "Yes, this is Nurse Delaney from St. Margaret's Hospital. We have some urgent news." Marissa sat up, blinking. "Did I win a raffle I don't remember entering?" There was a pause. "Not exactly, Ms. Lane, you've been listed as the legal guardian for an infant, effective immediately." "Congratulations." Marissa's brain froze. "Excuse me, .. Chapter 2, The Wrong Lane. Apparently, somewhere in the paperwork vortex of the universe, Marissa's name had ended up on a form that said she was the emergency guardian of a baby girl. A real, living, breathing baby girl who was, at that very moment, swaddled and waiting in the hospital nursery. Marissa laughed, because that was all she could do. "I think you've got the wrong Lane. Maybe Melissa Lane, or Marissa Laird, there are a lot of L names out there." But no, Nurse Delaney read off her address, her birthday, her phone number. "All correct. How is that possible?" Marissa whispered, clutching the phone like it was about to explode. "Well, the baby's mother designated you," the nurse explained gently. "A Ms. Danielle Harper." Marissa's stomach dropped. Danielle. College roommate, best friend for years until life pulled them in different directions. They hadn't spoken in months, maybe a year. And now, this. The nurse's voice softened. "Ms. Harper passed away during delivery. I'm so sorry." The words hit like a punch. Marissa's throat closed. Danielle, gone, and leaving behind a daughter. A daughter she had apparently entrusted to her. Marissa croaked, "I don't even know how to take care of a succulent, let alone a human." But it didn't matter. An hour later, she was standing in a hospital room with a squirming, tiny bundle thrust into her arms. The nurse smiled sympathetically. "Congratulations, Mom." Marissa blinked down at the baby, who let out a hiccup and promptly spit up on her shirt. "Excuse me," Marissa whispered again. Chapter 3, Emergency Googling. Back in her apartment, Waffles the cat stared at the new arrival like she was an alien invader. Marissa set the car seat on the couch and staggered into the kitchen, muttering, "Okay. Okay, we can do this. How hard can it be?" She pulled out her phone and typed into Google. "How to take care of a baby. What do newborns eat? How to not ruin a child in the first 24 hours. The answers were not encouraging. Formula schedules, burping techniques, diaper blowouts. Entire blogs dedicated to swaddling alone. The baby, whose hospital bracelet read Harper, Emily Rose, began to cry, a high-pitched wail that sliced through the apartment. Marissa froze. Right, she's hungry, or tired, or bored, or hates me, maybe all four. She tried bouncing Emily gently, but the wailing continued. Waffles darted under the bed, tail puffed like a feather duster. Marissa sighed. "Well, Emily, it looks like we're both winging it." Chapter 4, The Intervention Squad. By day 2, Marissa was a walking zombie. She hadn't slept more than 40 minutes at a time. Emily cried whenever she put her down. Formula stains decorated her shirt. When her best friend Kira showed up, she took one look and gasped. "Girl, you look like a raccoon that lost a bar fight." Marissa glared. "Gee, thanks. Wanna hold my surprise baby?" Kira blinked. "You're what now?" 10 minutes later, after an incoherent explanation, Kira was cradling Emily with surprising confidence. "Okay, first of all, she's adorable. Second of all, you're insane. Third of all, we need reinforcements." Reinforcements came in the form of Kira's older sister, who had 3 kids under 5 and the patience of a saint. Within an hour, Marissa had a crash course in diaper changes, bottle prep, and something called tummy time. "You'll get the hang of it," Kira's sister promised. "Babies are tough but not impossible." Marissa eyed Emily, who was now happily gurgling. "She seems impossible." Kira smirked. "Welcome to parenthood. Chapter 5, Ghosts and Guardians. Late at night, when Emily finally slept in her bassinet, Marissa sat on the couch with Danielle's old photo album in her lap. She remembered when Danielle had laughed until she cried watching cat videos in their dorm room. When they had promised, in that drunken, heart-on-sleeve way of college friends, that they'd always be there for each other. "I didn't think you meant this, Donnie," Marissa whispered. But maybe Danielle had known. Maybe she'd seen something in Marissa that Marissa couldn't see in herself, that she could be more than a sarcastic, coffee-addicted career woman. That she could love fiercely, even when terrified. Emily stirred, making little sleep noises. Marissa leaned over and touched her tiny hand. "Well, kid, it looks like it's you and me now." Chapter 6, Growing Pains. Weeks passed. Chaos turned into a routine, sort of. Marissa learned to make bottles one-handed. She discovered that lullabies worked better when off-key. She even figured out how to grocery shop with a baby strapped to her chest, though she did accidentally buy goat cheese instead of butter once. Work, however, was another story. Her boss, Mr. Jacobs, frowned when she explained the situation. "You can't just acquire a baby. Tell that to the hospital," Marissa shot back. Her coworkers were more supportive, bringing casseroles and baby clothes. One even donated a crib. Slowly, Marissa's apartment transformed from single woman's hideaway to baby explosion zone. She still had breakdowns, usually at 3 a.m., when Emily refused to sleep. But there were also moments that made her heart ache in a good way. Emily's first smile, the way she gripped Marissa's finger, the warmth of her small body against her chest. Maybe she wasn't half bad at this. Chapter 7, The Surprise Visitor. One rainy afternoon, there was a knock at the door. Marissa, balancing Emily on her hip, opened it to find a tall man with stormy gray eyes. "Marissa Lane?" he asked. "Yes, I'm Alex Harper, Danielle's brother." Marissa blinked. "Excuse me." He stepped inside, dripping rainwater onto the carpet. "I just got back from overseas. I heard about Donnie. And about the baby." His gaze softened as he looked at Emily. "My niece." Marissa's stomach twisted. "You're here to take her, aren't you?" Alex hesitated. "I don't know. I just know I want to be part of her life." And just like that, Marissa's fragile new world tilted again. Chapter 8, County Parents by Accident. At first, Marissa and Alex clashed. He thought she was too disorganized, she thought he was too rigid. He insisted Emily should hear classical music, Marissa preferred Disney soundtracks. But gradually, they found a rhythm. He took over. Bath duty, splashing bubbles until Emily giggled uncontrollably. Marissa handled bedtime stories, making up ridiculous adventures where Emily was a pirate queen. One night, after Emily finally went down, Alex turned to her. "You're doing a good job, you know." Marissa snorted. "I've Googled more in the past month than I did during all of college." "That's not skill, that's survival." "Still," he said quietly, "Donnie chose right." And for the first time, Marissa believed it. Chapter 9, Redefining Family. Months blurred by. Emily grew, babbling her first words ba-ba, and something suspiciously like, woof, learning to crawl, then totter on wobbly legs. Marissa and Alex formed an odd, unexpected partnership. Not a couple, not exactly, but something like a team. Family dinners, park trips, late-night planning sessions about preschools. Sometimes Marissa caught herself staring at Emily, at her wide eyes, her determined little spirit, and thinking, how did I ever live without you? The answer was, she hadn't really lived. Not like this. Chapter 10, Surprise Accepted. On Emily's first birthday, the apartment was filled with balloons, cake, and laughter. Kira and her kids were there, Alex's parents too. Even Waffles begrudgingly joined, lurking under the table. Marissa held Emily, now chubby-cheeked and bright-eyed, as everyone sang. Emily clapped her frosting-covered hands, beaming. For once, Marissa didn't feel out of place. She felt home. Later, as the party wound down, Alex raised his glass. To Emily, and to Marissa, for stepping up when no one else could. Marissa blushed, blinking back tears. Honestly, I didn't step up. I tripped, fell face first, and somehow landed in the right place. Everyone laughed. Emily yawned against her shoulder, eyelids fluttering. Marissa kissed the top of her head. Surprise, she whispered softly. I'm your mom now, and I wouldn't change it for anything.